Great news for the visual effects team over at Marvel because they have filed for a petition to unionize with the International Alliance of Theatrical Stage Employees, also known as IATSE. Now, they are the first visual effects workers to try to unionize, and they have good reason to do so, considering the fact that visual effects workers have faced some pretty nightmarish working conditions for very low pay over the last several years. So what's it like working in visual effects? Well, one anonymous production coordinator told Gizmodo the following. Almost every studio has some sort of cry room where people will just go into and cry for 10 minutes and then come back out and do their job. I have had artists who have had HR step in and say, we have to take you off this show because it's unhealthy and we're concerned for your safety. This anonymous production coordinator also says that there's been fist fights in the middle of the studio. People just reach a cracking point. I've been on shows that were doing 60, 70-hour weeks for 5 weeks straight, full of people who don't see their family anymore, and that's standard across the industry. And one of the issues is there's like kind of like this effort to be the production companies, they want the cheapest possible visual effects artists, right? They want to pay as little as possible. And the companies where these individuals work will typically like agree to paying a lot less in order to get those contracts. So that's part of the problem as well. That's one of the reasons why they're dealing with lower pay. But some of the complaints also include punishing deadlines, long hours, understaffing, and of course, inadequate pay. So, Cenk, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, look, I get frustrated at what giant companies get away with all the time. So you have a small company like us. When I ran for office, people made a giant deal out of like things that were basically invented, okay? And then you look at a giant company like Marvel, they got cry rooms. If you have a room dedicated for people crying at the office because you're working them to the ground and creating so much stress on them that they break out in tears in the middle of the office regularly, so that you have to assign a room to it, you might have some workplace issues. Yet big companies get away with stuff like that all the time, right? So our staff here, in terms of the stage crew, the editors, graphics, etc.,
doesn't even get a cry room.
We don't need a cry room. There's no need for it. We're already IATSE, right? And we get attacked in the press. Oh yeah, like you guys are anti-union. We have a union. It's IATSE's been here for years, right? And so meanwhile, Marvel is gigantic. They make billions from their movies, and still no union. They got cry rooms. They're paying, low wages. What the hell's going on? So, to my answer to this story is about time. Yes.
And just to clarify what I was saying earlier, I wasn't using the right wording, but the visual artists industry is made up of visual artists who are hired by these VFX production companies or houses, and basically they bid against each other, which ends up lowering the amount of money that the production houses get paid, and obviously that low pay trickles down to the actual artists. So trickle down economics does work, it just doesn't work in our favor.
Yeah, for sure.
Anyway, all right, so good news for them. I'm glad that they are filing to unionize. We'll give you updates as we learn more about this. Hopefully Marvel honors their union.
Thanks for watching The Young Turks, really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.